Hello everybody, today this is going to be my 9th episode on MLB News on the series where we go over the MLB News throughout the off-season. If you do like this video, hit that like button down below. Let me know down in the comments if you agree or disagree, and we're going to get started. And also consider subscribing to the channel. This is my first video. It's New Year's. We're going into 2021 season. If you haven't checked out my last video talking about my goals and plans, I would recommend checking that out. I do also want to say one thing before we start is that, so there's going to be another channel that I'm going to be putting up. I'm going to start making videos soon. It's called Goomer77 Gaming. So this channel is called Goomer77. And on that channel, that's going to be my channel where I'm playing my games, Minecraft, StarCraft, other games. That's where I want to play my games because I know this channel intro I'm going to have to do something about that because it says how I play games. And originally I wanted to do that, but because of all the stuff that's been going on, and just because, I feel like it'd be weird to have a channel that includes Minecraft gameplay and baseball, because they're completely not related at all, and it just would be kind of weird. So, Goomer77 Gaming, if you're here to watch Minecraft videos or gaming gameplay, I would go recommend checking out that channel. This channel is going to be more about baseball stuff. So we're going to get started, though. There isn't a whole lot to talk about today, but there has been a lot of crazy stuff. Yu Darvish was traded to the Padres, as well as Victor Caratini. This is a great pickup for the Padres. The Padres rotation is probably one of the best in baseball now. You have Blake Snell, Yu Darvish, Mike Clevenger, Dinelson Lamet. You have a great 4 legitimate aces that could be an ace of your rotation you have in your rotation. That's just crazy. It's just crazy how good how good the rotation is. They traded it. The Cubs acquired Zach Davies from it, which, the Cubs, Zach Davies is kind of like a downgrade from Yu Darvish. Yu Darvish is probably known as the better pitcher overall. Zach Davies is not a bad pitcher. He is still a very good pitcher, but, compared to Yu Darvish, he's definitely a downgrade. And the Cubs, they did acquire him, as well as some young guys that were all 18, 19, 20 years old, a bunch of young guys. All of them haven't played in the majors except for one. I think otherwise, though, they've all been only in the minors and just kind of been in the lower league levels. So if you're the Padres, you swindled the Cubs. You got a great deal getting Yu Darvish and a backup catcher for Austin Nola. That's a great deal for the Padres. The Cubs, compared to the Rays had actually got a good trade. They got lots of young prospects. The Cubs were like, no, we just basically want Zach Davies, and we'll pay some of Yu Darvish's contract, because we just don't want to pay that extra $1 million. It just doesn't make any sense. If that was enough, though, the Padres also signed Ha-Seong Kim, which was one of the top guys in Korea or Japan. This guy, I think he's a left fielder. Apparently, he's very powerful. He has a great swing. He's a very good hitter. And if you're the Padres, you get another batter in that lineup. This lineup is a great lineup. It is scary. Fernando Tatis, Manny Machado, Trent Grisham, Ha-Seong Kim. You have Fernando. Well, I think I've already said Fernando Tatis. He's just so good. Their lineup is stacked. Jake Cronenworth too. There is not one weak spot. The Padres signed Ha-Seong Kim to fill out that lineup, and now you have a top 10 lineup, a top 10 pitching rotation, probably top 5 for probably almost both of those, and the bullpen is not bad either. It's definitely interesting. There are some pieces in there that didn't perform well. Oh, I forgot to mention the Padres also have Chris Paddock as a starter. I totally forgot about Chris Paddock. The Padres are a great team, without a doubt a top 5 team, possibly maybe a top 3 team in baseball right now. The Dodgers I still think is the best, but Dodgers and Padres definitely have a big rivalry for the National League West division this season. I still think the Dodgers will win it, but the Padres are definitely very scary. Next up, Evan Marshall signs with the White Sox. Just kind of a small guy here, not as known guy, not as well known as somebody like Yu Darvish. But, Evan Marshall, good bullpen piece, going to the White Sox that need bullpen help. Good signing for them. Can help out that bullpen, which is weak. They do plan to make some other moves. Not a whole bunch to say about here about how I like the signing. They might lose some pieces this offseason. They have lost a few, but I think for the most part, this is a good signing for the White Sox. Next up, Mets close to a deal. This has been reported. There has been reported that the Mets are on the verge of signing somebody on a deal, and I would bet that it's probably if it was one of the top 5 free agents. I kind of think it's either George Springer or DJ LeMahieu. I don't think it's Bauer or Real Muto because it wouldn't be. I don't think it's Real Muto because they already signed McCann. Why would they get the best 2 catchers? Especially if there's no DH, you're gonna have Real Muto and McCann just switching. I don't get it. So there's no. I think it's almost 100% sure they're not getting Real Muto. And then Bauer. Well, there's something about him I want to say in just a minute here that makes me to believe it won't be Bauer. That's the big signing they're talking about because he has had some rumors about talking with some other teams, which we'll talk about in just a minute here. But apparently the Mets are close to a deal. I want to see what that is. If that's it is apparently a signing. I don't know. Like I said, I don't know who. Maybe it's Marcus Semien, but I don't. Maybe it's Nelson Cruz. I doubt it would be him, but we'll have to figure that out. Next up, another kind of small thing, but I decided to add this. Hansel Robles signs with the Twins. Bullpen piece could be great addition for the Twins, I think. Twins lost lots of bullpen this offseason, lots of bullpen pieces. They lost like 4 or 5 bullpen arms. Trevor May, Sergio Romo, Matt Whistler, Tyler Clippard. That's four bullpen arms at least that they lost. I think there's a few more that I just can't remember off the top of my head, but they have lost lots of guys this offseason, and their bullpen was one of the best bullpens in baseball. They had really good bullpen, and getting Hansel Robles, who didn't have a good 2020, but if he goes back to his 2019 form, could be a very good, solid piece for the Twins bullpen. You get him with Tyler Duffy, Taylor Rogers. You could help out some of the young guys, Cody Stasiak, Jorge Alcala, Caleb Thielbar, and that bullpen is definitely not a bad bullpen for the Minnesota Twins. Still need to make some more accusations, but that's not too bad. Next up, Bauer talking with Blue Jays. There has been a report that Trevor Bauer is going to be talking to the Blue Jays. Also, there's apparently a report that he might be going with, talking with the Padres. Might be with the Padres, which is insane. I doubt he'll be with the Padres just because I don't know how the Padres could afford that. Bauer's reported to want $40 million. And I just think that with already getting Yu Darvish and Blake Snell, they're not expensive contracts. They both have pretty good pitching contracts. But still, getting Bauer to that, you're probably going over the payroll limit, and, Bauer, that rotation would be insane. You'd have, listen to this rotation. You have Trevor Bauer, Mike Clevinger, Dinelson Lamet, Blake Snell, Yu Darvish, Chris Paddock. Those are 6 pitchers who could be your ace, and you have a 5-man rotation. That would just be insane. I doubt that would happen. He is talking with the Blue Jays, though, and this is kind of the reason why I don't think he'll sign with the Mets, because, he's been talking to the Blue Jays and to a bunch of other teams. The Blue Jays, the Angels, I think would be a really good fit for Bauer. Maybe the Dodgers, which would be insane. Then I think the Dodgers would definitely have the crown of the best pitching rotation in baseball, but we'll have to see where that goes. And last but not least, Tanaka to Japan. There has been some stuff going out there about how Tanaka's going to Japan, or if he doesn't sign with a good team. He wants to be with a team that can contend to get to the playoffs and win the World Series. Otherwise, he said he might go to Japan. There's been some stuff about that out online. I think, a lot of people said he would probably sign with the Yankees. I still think that's probably the most likely thing to happen. If not, I do think he'll go to Japan. I mean, there are some teams out there who really do need pitching. Blue Jays, for example. Rays, because they lost some pitchers. They could use Tanaka. Maybe the Twins, who need pitching. Maybe the White Sox. There are some options that the Tanaka could go to. The Braves, that's another option. The Mets. There are some options out there. You look at this, though, and, if, you get Tanaka to Japan. If Tanaka goes to Japan and the Yankees lose Tanaka, and let's say they lose Tanaka and Paxton, that rotation, I don't know what's going to be like next year. Cole, Severino, Michael King, I don't know what their rotation would be like. J.A. Happ, I think, is he a free agent still? I think he might be. I don't know, though. We'll have to see. But otherwise, guys, I'm going to get going. That was MLB News number 9. If you like this video, hit that like button down below. Let me know down in the comments if you agree or disagree. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Goodbye.